In this episode, we're chasing fallow deer in a pre-rut hunt. Plenty of action, good fun, and an epic ending. Stick around, you'll want to see what happens next. Before the sun rises, before the first track is found, before the shot echoes through the valley, there is something deeper, a way of life, a respect for the hunt, a connection forged in the Australian bush. This is about more than pulling a trigger. It's about heritage, culture, and the experiences that shape who we are. This is Australian Hunting and Beyond. With the rut ramping up, we'd taken the kids out and taught them a bit about what to look for in the bush. We'd laid the trail cams and we were ready to go. Now, first morning, bit early for the actual peak rut, but we set up on a nice gully that we know the deer move through regularly. There's a couple of good scrapes just behind where I'm looking now. We were there early, waiting for action, and it was a little quiet, more than normal. The sun was rising and it was quite a cold morning, and we were just waiting to see what would happen. But after lots of waiting and not much happening, not hearing many croaks, we decided that we probably want to shift and change and move to the other end of the property to see if we could catch out something else. We hadn't been through this part of the property, and we found a nice little dam and there was plenty of sign around. So we moved quite slow just to check out what was going on. The faceless hunter, Dan himself, just moving out to see if we could find another position for another bit of a sit and wait. You can see plenty of sign, nice and fresh. Deer definitely in the area which we know, so we thought we'd move around and check it out. It's always great to explore new country, even if it's on a private property. And even better when you've got a sunrise like this. What a beautiful day. No place I'd rather be. See this rub tree here? Plenty of them right throughout the property. We know this is a hot spot. It's a bit further down from where we'd set up before, a bit more open, but not near the couple of scrapes and rubs that were very predominantly used. At this point, we decided to go and walk through where our trail cameras are set up to see if we could check out and see if it had caught anything moving, give us a little bit more information about what's going on at this block. You can see another rub tree next to Dan there, plenty going on. One of the best things about hunting is just this golden hour. The morning and the night, it's just an unbelievable time to be in the bush. Beautiful spot, beautiful day. Where else would you rather be? Even having been to this property multiple times, we still find new stuff, and it was pretty cool to come across this. Had a bit of a squeeze, beautiful tree, and then we're able to move back on because we were there to definitely chase some deer. The fallow rut has to be one of the most exciting times of the year, with the boys croaking, so they're easy to locate and they act a little bit silly. They'll generally present for a lot longer. They'll come in to a variety of calls and rattles depending on the time, the pressure, the block. It is one of the best times of year to hunt these beautiful creatures. See the antlers on Dan's pack here, and what we use them for is to rattle in any animals. I'm sure if you're a hunter you know what rattling is, but if you're not, it's where you take the two antlers and you mimic as if that they're clashing together like two bucks fighting. And what that will do is sometimes bring in animals to you, which you'll see a bit later on. Plenty of sign, nice and fresh. We know we're in the right spot, it's just a matter of finding the animals. Last year, this place was chock-up block full of does and bucks. This year, not so much. The sign was there, they were definitely moving through, it was just a matter of trying to catch them out. But it was a little bit quieter compared to what we're normally used to in this section of the property. So we decided we'd head over, find the trail cam, see what was on it, just to try and give us a little bit more information or intelligence of what's happening, how things are moving, timing and the like. We had it on a nice game trail, well used. We know animals were going through and we were able to see what was happening. And see here, all those images, it's just pictures and it's just deer. Nothing else coming through, so each one of those, most definitely, there was plenty there, plenty of deer. Most of them are at night or early morning, so we knew that we probably had to just check out a different spot. The wind had changed, so we'd almost done a complete circle here and we're heading back towards the scrapes. We know it's a really well used game trail right on them, so we figured we might be able to get in, see what's going on and make our approach. You can see the game trail here. There's no cattle on this property, so it's just deer. Very well worn. Decided to have a bit of a meet and talk about what the next plans were. We weren't seeing much and the day was sort of creeping on. We didn't want to waste too much opportunity and time, especially when there wasn't much happening on this part of the property. It's always a tricky one. You don't know what to do and you always second guess yourself, thinking, hey, what do I do? Do I chase this? We were hearing some small croaks. They were quite a bit of a way away, but knowing that they're really two couple of areas that they frequent, we decided we'd hang around and just to test it out, make a few calls, see if anything would come in. With a bit of noise, he decided to send Danny on his own a bit further to see if he could sneak in and see who was the culprit. Wind was good, it wasn't too much as you can see here, nice and still trees. It's a really big indicator when you're hunting deer. Their senses, especially their smell, is unbelievable. They can probably smell up to about 500 metres or roughly around that range, far better than their eyesight. So it's important that you always hunt with the wind in your face. And for those new hunters out there, or people that don't hunt who are watching, what that means is if the wind is coming into your face and hitting you, it's blowing your scent behind you, and that's really important because that way the deer that you're trying to approach are not going to smell you. After deciding there wasn't much going on there, or that they were on the wrong side of the fence, Dan came back and we then decided we'd move on. The wind was good, so we're still going to approach those areas just to see if the scrapes were being used that morning. There's something special about being in the bush in the morning and just being surrounded by nature. It is amazing. We continued to find rubs. There's a massive amount in a small area, very high concentration of bucks. And we know this, as you can see here, a nice angry boy, he had absolutely gone to town on this poor sapling. You can see the destruction that he'd laid waste to this tree. So we jumped up to the end of the property, and it wasn't long before we spotted our first deer. Just wait, just stay still. Just don't move. He'll go back to normal in a sec. Just wait, let him come right down. It was a bit of a Mexican standoff here. He was looking our way, knew something was going on. Wind was good, so he couldn't smell us. But he decided to move off. Been behind a tree here. Just wait, don't go too fast. He's back to grazing behind the tree. Hold up, stop. Even though this boy knew something was going on, he moved away and he just started grazing again. It is one of those things for new hunters, is that sometimes there's no need to panic. You can see he wasn't super flighty. He'd moved out into the open of the paddock. That is probably because he didn't catch our wind and he couldn't see what was going on. We had a good background behind us, so he couldn't make our outline. Wearing camo, so he didn't know what we were. He just knew there was a bit of noise going on. It was really good because it gave Dan the opportunity to get into a good spot. He was at roughly about 140 to 150 metres away at this stage. And you can see him just going through the motions, having a good feed. It's one of the great things, and I encourage most hunters, if you have access to open areas, there's no need to shoot straight away. Watch the deer and watch their behaviour, and it's one of those things that you'll just learn a heap from. So even though he'd spooked and moved off, you can see here he's completely back to grazing as normal. Not a care in the world, having a good feed, not worrying about the noise or what was going on where we were. I always like to take the time here is to look at the animal and their behaviour. He looks absolutely in amazing condition, nice and fit, nice and healthy, not doing any irregular movements. That's always a big positive when you're looking for an animal that you're going to take for meat. And a young spiker, there's not much better meat than a young spiker. And by spiker, for those new people, that just refers to his little antlers. They haven't fully developed into the big palms. Now, warning, discretion, please be advised. This is a hunting video and you are about to see the harvesting of an animal. Absolutely fantastic shot there. You can see the blood coming straight away. The kick straight through into the heart. And as he's running, you can see the blood coming right out, which is excellent for meat quality because all that blood leaving the system, you don't have to slit its throat and hang it up. It's already done for you. Perfect shot. Well done to the faceless hunter. Young fella ran, and you'll see how far he got to. Probably put on about 100 odd meters or so before going down. Now, as most hunters know, this is when the hard work actually begins. The job was done, perfect shot. The animal had been bled out perfectly. Have a look at the condition of him. Absolute perfect meat animal. And we were off doing the work to cut him up to get the food out. I always like to start with the back straps. They're the main cut. My favourite. So versatile. I love just a little bit of salt and pepper, garlic, quick sear, medium rare. Absolutely delicious. We harvested the animal in the field. Just makes it a bit easier when transporting. So we filled up our meat sack. Always loved using the meat sacks, and the reason being is it allows the meat to cool down whilst you're traveling. Really successful morning leading up to the rut. This was a scouting mission. We always like to take the rifle, but have a look at the quality of this meat. That's why we hunt. How good.